How's everybody doing today?
Yo, Pop. I'm on your move today, bruh. I'm on your move today, bruh.
He said he ain't see it in the background. He knew something was up.
Cheers.
Salud, brother. Salud. Other people drink this, so I'm gonna get it.
Where's my water at? Where's my water?
A little shot.
I said, where my water at?
How's everybody doing today?
Good, man.
Good, brother. We good. Okay.
Motherfucker got a fresh haircut. Look at this light skinned motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm going away tomorrow, man. I'm going away for a few days. Got to get the hell out this cold.
Nigga got me, you, and Pig.
Used it twice in a row. That's $10, but keep
Damn, you definitely did. So.
The bill is going to be added up on the end of the month.
Dinner on you. But go ahead. What you was saying, Chips? Because you got the shame face.
Nothing. I said the light skinned brother got me, you, and PH looking bad out here, B. Because we wolfing.
Definitely looking rough.
Nah. Oh, PH got the do-rag on this time.
They ain't have it on in the pre-production meeting.
The hat. Oh, he did? I wasn't there for that. What happened now, PH? Nothing?
Gotta go tomorrow. He wasn't there. He was in Dominican Republic.
Who, the barber?
Yep.
Yeah, your barber's supposed to let you know he going away, son. He's supposed to send you I'm going to be gone. You sure you don't need a cut before I leave text?
Man, listen. We ain't that cool.
So you supposed to be. So next episode, you're going to be.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't
know. I'm getting a cut tomorrow, so that might be too much time in between cuts.
So you gotta get a shape up. You gotta get a shape up.
He said we got to record on Monday.
Word, we record on Monday. I'll be good. No hat for me. But if it's like Tuesday and Wednesday, that's too much time. I'm gonna be rapping.
Yeah, man.
Pop looking rough. Pop, you going full beard? It's too cold for you? You looking kind of rough over there yourself. It's like shadow growing in, bro.
I had a full beard for the last 5 episodes.
Yeah, he look regular, man.
I don't remember. I didn't know. Pop looked like he got the wild fade on the top.
Pop look like he about to go on the jump.
Oh, he clean. My bad, brother.
I shave daily, sir.
You ain't have to raise your eyebrows at me.
Word.
Pop wash his face, then put the cream on his head. Pause. That's what he do.
All right, man. We back with another one. Everybody doing good. Glad to see everybody return for another week. No stragglers.
This is the first time 2 weeks in a row we got on fire. More fire.
Yep. So that means Chips only can see 4 people right now. We know.
Sir, I'm using my computer now. Thank you.
Oh!
I see all 5, baby.
Glasses.
Oh.
You said what?
Nothing.
What you said? I ain't hear what?
I thought you was talking about his glasses when you said 4 people.
Oh,
that's fucked up.
Yo, we got 3 dudes with glasses here, B.
But I thought that's what
and a dude with the glasses can't throw a shot at another dude with the glasses. That don't even make sense.
I would never.
You're right. That was just what I was thinking. My bad.
All right, man. We jumping right into it this episode.
Wait. Before we jump into it,
why are you
everybody subscribe, comment, notification bell, all of that.
Because I'm sick of the excuses, man.
And share.
And we have about 80 subscribers. We should have at least 80 thumbs up. I don't get it. What are y'all doing? If
watching and not hitting that they subscribing and never watching again. That's what they doing.
No, we getting the views.
Now we get views. We
definitely get the views.
Even if it's a thumbs down, we just want some feedback. We need to know
thumbs down, and I'm gonna give you bars. Please believe it.
Yeah, chick's gonna holler at you.
I'm in the comments, B.
Even in the comments, I see it followed over to the next week, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Oh, I ain't even know that.
I ain't even look.
I didn't even know that.
It was short exchange.
They had a quick 3 rounds?
Yeah. Nah, it was just 1 round.
1 round?
It was a 1-off.
I'm always instigating, man.
Nah, I just got to update the update. Y'all didn't even know.
So I do want to remind y'all, we do have a MizFitz Sport Radio Instagram as well. So go to the page.
Facebook soon to come.
Yes, definitely. Facebook group is definitely soon to come. But for now, go to the MizFitz Sport Radio Instagram page. We have our link to our YouTube channel, and we post weekly. Every time we post or share a new site or a new video, we're posting it there as well. So go like the page, follow. We follow back. Okay? We follow back. But jumping into it, NFL was crazy this past week. Conference championships. We had to do a suicide watch on PH. We had to make sure he was still going to make this episode.
Almost didn't make it. You got one more. You got one more shot. Don't worry.
You got one more chance of not watching the parade in New England.
Tell you something. PH almost cut off the Call of Duty on us, yo.
That shit was hilarious. No, that shit was hilarious, son. He was very emotional.
Outside of PH being heartbroken, there was also some very, very big controversial moments this past weekend.
I wasn't the only heartbroken people. The whole New Orleans Saints, everything was heartbroken.
That too, but as a whole, man, it was a great another weekend of sports. The only fucked up thing about it is nobody signed up for their FanDuel, so we couldn't get no money. And I think I was in third place. So
and Chips was in first.
Yo, I got first again?
Oh, I thought this was that same week. Then nah.
No, I got paid that week, but I made my announcement.
Yeah, this last week.
Yeah, you definitely made that announcement.
Speaking of PH, how you felt about
we ain't getting no money from FanDuel. We just play fantasy football. That's what we do.
My bad. Okay. PH, you can go.
Oh, what was the question?
The takeaways from this week, man. The conference championship games.
Well, y'all know how I was, man. Like your man Chip said.
Aww.
Heartbroken. Broken. And Puda, shut your mouth. All right? Sit back. Move back. You too shining off the... Yeah, there you go. You was too light. Nah, but...
I can't see.
Word. But...
hold on. Where does dude go?
Whatever. That's Chips. I was praying that Kansas City won that toss in the overtime, because I don't want time I had that ball, it was done deal. The entire time that game was on, I was playing Call of Duty with these dudes, and Chips was laughing at me, Chris laughing at me. They all laughing at me. It wasn't funny. I was really distraught. Y'all supposed to be my peoples, my boys, and y'all laughing at me, just digging my hole even deeper. Why? And then your man Tone come on, embrace greatness.
That was funny.
Fuck Tom Brady. Period. All right?
Yeah, what he do to you, son?
I'm a Jets fan. That's why.
With the Jets ass every chance he gets.
There you go. Every chance. And the worst thing about it is we gave him the starting job. He got that starting spot because, what was it, Mo Lewis knocked
back in the day?
Yeah, Drew Bledsoe out the game, and Tom Brady got to start, and history started.
He is mad?
Very.
I mean, y'all beat him in the playoffs a couple times. Or maybe no.
What is that?
Y'all beat him in the playoffs.
I don't care. The couple times don't matter. All right?
I can only recall once.
Domination is what is key. Right?
Yeah, right?
We Chris? Are getting slapped every year. So, you know what? Whatever. I don't even want to talk about the other game. Y'all made me even more mad. Who got something to say? Chips? Somebody else. Y'all talk. I'm done right now. All right. I want to go to the next topic.
Damn, son. You got one more chance, man.
Shut up. Listen, like, break. Move back because the light is shining off. I'm getting kind of blinded.
Get your jokes off. Go ahead, Chips.
Nah, I'm serious. If you wait till you see the podcast,
I can look at it right now on the screen, sir.
I said, wait till you watch the podcast. I'm not talking about now, Fulio.
All right.
It's a lot of hostility start the show.
Y'all shouldn't have gave me that Tom Brady session to start off. How about that?
You could have spoke about the NFC, sir.
No, I can't.
All right, conference championships. Both competitive games. Let's start off. I'm gonna take PH lead and start off with the Patriots. It's really shocking to me how Bill Belichick and Tom Brady figure it out year after year after year after year. I'm not going to be the one to hate. They definitely have something great, and I don't even think it's an argument. They have to be considered one of the best franchises in all of sports in history, as far as dominance goes and control of their particular sport. When it comes to Kansas City versus the Patriots, I think we all knew what Kansas City's downfall was going to be, and it was their defense. They couldn't stop. They couldn't stop Tom Brady, and they couldn't stop the various options that Tom Brady threw at them. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes. He did his thing. Kansas City didn't play a bad game at all. The defense just wasn't able to get a critical stop, and
because they was on the field all day.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know if it was because they was on the field all day.
Time possession was crazy.
But the offense did enough to win that game for them.
I mean, they took the lead.
Yeah, at some point, the defense has to come up with that big stop, and they couldn't get that big stop. In the overtime, you kind of knew it was, first of all, let's get to the fourth quarter when they gave Tom Brady too much time to score. Everybody from Facebook, my Facebook page, to the chat, everybody knew that Tom Brady had way too much time. He was going to come down the field and score. He did just that. Then, like PH said, when they won that toss in overtime, it was a foregone conclusion that they was going to score one way or the other. Now, the hope was that they was going to score a field goal, but they marched all the way. Crucial call in that game. I'm not blaming that game on one particular call, and I'm not blaming the New Orleans game.
What call are you referring to with that game?
What was it called? Oh,
the roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it was a bogus call. But listen, it's an NFL game. We got referees all across the sport. It happens in basketball, happens in football. And the fact that New Orleans transferring to that game, y'all need to chill out, all right, B? All right? I don't know what's wrong with y'all talking about we need to replay it. Nobody's replaying no goddamn game because a ref made a bad call. It ain't going to happen. Get over it. That's it. I mean, I feel your pain. It was a horrendous call. That was the worst call ever in the history of sports, and a lot of people agree with that. That no call on that defenseless receiver, by no means am I saying that didn't hurt y'all, but you had opportunities to win the game and you just lost the game. It was a bad call. I mean, a bad no call, but you got to get over it. You know what I mean? What you got, Pop?
So I'm a definitely. This isn't to take away from Tom Brady, but I feel like we're giving Tom Brady a little bit too much credit because it was the run game that won that game. That's what kept them on the field because they was able to run the ball down their throat. He made big throws when it was needed, but his passes were short passes. It wasn't like he was just flinging it down the field all day against them because he wasn't. They was running down their throats and they couldn't stop it. And it was actually the Patriots left too much time on the clock for Mahomes because he the one who put it into overtime. It wasn't Brady. It was the Chiefs that sent them into overtime. The defense stopped that happened. Your man D4 lined up off sides. When Brady overthrew the pass and they got the interception and then they called it back for.
And that was crazy.
That was the game right there. Game was over. I'm not. I was talking to people during the game. as it went into overtime, and it was most Patriots fans. It seems like it might be they're going to change I feel like eventually they might change that overtime rule. It might go to like college, more college.
Lot of debate on that.
Yeah. Now it was a great game. Like it was a really, really good game, entertaining game. There was some defense. It was more offense. It was just like chess. Like they knew the same way everybody was like the Patriots gonna score is the same way the Patriots knew they couldn't hold these guys down that much. In the first half, they did nothing. Kansas City did nothing on offense. That second half, they went crazy. Belichick, man, he's a masterful game planner. On the NFC side, I can't see you say people need to relax, man. Because the defensive player was like a point of emphasis the entire season. From preseason, they were talking about this, and people was complaining about all this hit to the helmet. And then one of the biggest games of the year, y'all don't throw the flag. And then it was pass interference. Then it was pass interference on top of it.
No, don't get me wrong. Like I said, it was a horrendous no call.
But you can't say that these people shouldn't be upset.
Well, I said I feel their pain. I said I feel their pain. But people talking about we playing the game and they got lawsuits out, like that's getting ridiculous now.
It's ridiculous, but it's actually in the rule book. It's never been done, but it shouldn't be in the rule book. I shouldn't be able to look something up that say if something was badly done, the commissioner could actually reboot it. They need to take that out.
It's a lot of shit in the Constitution, and they don't always follow it. It ain't gonna happen, bro.
If they never gonna do it, they need to just take that out the rule book all the way. And for white people, they would do it. Black people, no. Constitution. Yeah, it was just two great games, man. I think the Super Bowl is gonna be just as good. And
who having a party, man? Ain't nobody saying nothing.
Y'all put it in the chat.
Don't nobody want you at their house hookahing it up.
My door always open.
Damn, son, that's how you feel?
I think Kansas City made a big move by getting Spagnuolo for their defensive coordinator. I'm a big fan when he was on the Giants.
They went and got him immediately.
Shout out to Spags, man.
So, I don't know. I'm still going against Brady in the Super Bowl, so let's go LA Rams. I need my man PH to sleep good at night.
It's going to be a long year.
Well, yeah, that's what
yeah.
That was a great week.
Listen, Aaron Donald is going to put that pressure on Brady, man. That's the way to beat the Patriots.
I'm about to go buy me a voodoo doll.
What you got, Buddha?
PH gonna have Secret Service at his door tomorrow.
So basically,
for the what is it? What did they call him? The penguin? No, the crab. The crab. No, he said Secret Service gonna come to my. I ain't say nothing about you, man. Talking about Tom Brady.
Tom Brady right in line with him. Don't worry.
Nah.
Yeah, Puda.
So, yeah, man, both the games are really, really good. Shouts to the NFL for that. The AFC game, it was definitely what it was cracked up to be. Mad back and forth scoring, a lot of running, which I didn't expect. I kind of thought it was going to be a shootout, but I could understand the game plan. And when it was time for Tom Brady to make throws in that fourth quarter, he definitely did what he had to do. Now, I didn't think the game was going to be over when when they won the coin toss. I thought they were just going to at least get a field goal and Pat Mahomes get the ball back. But once they made it to like the one, I'm like, damn, they really going to run it at least 3 times right here, because they couldn't stop the run all game long. And they were getting a lot of pressure on Mahomes. Even though he was off the field a lot, when he was on the field, they got a lot of pressure on him. And even when Tom Brady with those 2 turnovers, they didn't capitalize off those turnovers. It was confusing. I think they both were 3 and outs. The NFC side of it, I was kind of shocked. I thought Drew Brees was going to be able to do more. because it's been shown that you can throw against the Rams. I thought Kamara was going to get a lot of love. I don't know what the deal was with Gurley, man.
He hurt.
Yeah, he kind of hurt. And Kamara did
or,
get a lot
or was it because he can't run around the edges like he want?
Nah, he hurt.
He hurt?
He's not 100%.
He pitched a lot in that game, too.
He dropped some passes. I know that.
Two important passes.
Shouts to CJ, man, for taking over. So let me ask you a question. With this, if the NFL decided, which they won't, to go back and play this 1:49 over, will it be taking place
Nobody
from
knows.
that down, or as if they called a pass interference?
Nobody knows. Because it never happened. We can't even answer that question.
Well, I don't want to see no rule change. It's called sudden death. If that's the case, it won't be sudden death. It'll be a whole nother quarter of regulation. So I don't want to see a rule change. There needs to be.
Wait, what you talking about?
Yeah.
People calling for a rule change with overtime, I mean.
No, it was overtime. That was regular. That was regular.
I know, but I'm just giving my thoughts on overtime, period. To touch on what Chip said, I don't want to see a sudden death change or rule change. It's sudden death for a reason, and it needs to be like everybody say, you need to be able to play defense. That's it. I didn't think the Saints were gonna lose that game. I thought they were gonna win that game, and the Rams ended up showing up on the defensive side of the ball, and they won the game. So shouts to them. Super Bowl wise, I don't think they're gonna get it done. I don't know what the game plan is gonna be because I don't think they could run it up the middle on the Rams all day with Donald and Sue there, but we're going to see because Belichick and Brady, they get it done. What you got, Chris?
So, yeah, I definitely agree with what your consensus was, Huda. I think instead of sudden death, I think you're talking about overtime, whereas, the rules for overtime is different. So once one team gets it, they can score. If it's a field goal, the other team can come down and score again. So it's not necessarily sudden death.
Yeah, my bad. That's what I meant. Thanks for the correction, for real.
But I definitely agree with you. I don't think the rule needs to be changed based off of that. Like everybody talking about they need to switch to the college rule. College rule is trash. And if you really think about it,
let me ask you a question. What is the actual college rule?
The college rule is basically you start at the 25 and
no punt.
No kickoff, no nothing. You start at the 25.
You have a time
your attempt to score. Whether you score or not, the other team now gets the ball at the 25 and they can score.
Okay.
And whoever leads at the end of that trend, that back and forth, basically wins.
Can it end in a draw?
No.
That's the issue with that.
You can have like 7 overtimes. But at a certain point, you have to go for 2. I think it's like the second overtime.
That's my issue with that. There was just recently a game this past year where it was like 70 and 70.
What?
That was 7 overtimes.
It was 70. Retarded.
Yeah, it was 7 overtimes.
It was retarded.
Was it Boise State?
I don't remember what game it was.
I don't even know. Spoke on it, though. I know we spoke on it. When I was like, I asked y'all if it was a significant game, the 7 overtime. Yeah, I
don't even remember what game it was.
No, it wasn't a significant game.
The NFL players are already complaining about they're playing too many games on short notice on Thursdays, as well as already complaining about it's too many preseason games. You think they're going to be down for that?
In the playoffs, I think they would.
No. So that's going to be reckless. There's a reason that you're a professional and that you're getting paid. Now, because one team has a horrible defense, that means, we should give their offense a chance. No, your defense need to man up.
I think the argument is based off a coin flip.
Okay. Again, at the end of the day, your defense is out there to do a job. And the main reason that people was mad was, they took the ball out of Pat Mahomes' hands and he didn't get a chance. Okay, that was his defense's job to get him the ball back. It's not a guarantee that just because you win the flip, you're going to end the game, which was shown in the Saints game.
The Rams game, yep.
Actually, that was a big game that was the 70-70
Let me ask you a question, PA, since you're looking that up. What was the score in regulation?
No, I don't say the regulation. It's just I just looked to see what it said. It was LSU Texas A&M, Chris.
Okay.
74-72. And that was a big game.
That's reckless, though.
That's crazy. That's injury. That could lead to mad injuries.
Mad injuries. So, no, I don't agree. I don't think there needs to be a change at all to it. Like, your defense is getting paid for that. Step up. You know what I mean? If your defense is trash, they stepped up and got stops during the regulation. You could get one stop. And the Chiefs had 3 third down and 10 or more or 9 and more plays that they gave up a first down on.
And remember, the Chiefs are winning late in the game.
Like, that's just, nah, you got to step up and do your job at the end of the day. That Saints game and Rams game, everybody said it. It was retarded. There was like multiple flags in that one play that you could have called. And with such a high notice on helmet to helmet, defenseless receiver, which gets called so randomly now, that could have been so many calls. And for you to swallow your flag, so to speak, is just...
Let that have been a quarterback.
Word.
Every flag would have
No, not Cam Newton. They want to throw the flag for him.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I mean, you're right. Let that have been Tom Brady. I.e. the rough and the passer quarterback. It looked like he hit him in the head. So
choppers are coming in.
But yeah, that was just too much. Now, granted, there were other chances, and they had obviously. You look at it as you had the whole game to win the game. You can't blame it on one play, but unfortunately, that one play would have allowed them to literally run the clock out the rest of the game. Now, if they would have ran the ball on first down,
exactly,
they would have taken care of business and gotten the play clock down. They wouldn't have had to pass. So there's a lot of different things that they could have done differently. But does that change the impact of that play? No. But again,
and they didn't lose because of that.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda on multiple different occasions in that whole game. So it definitely varies, but it was definitely interesting. It made for great sports. It made for great topics for us. And throughout the week, that's all you saw talked about. Missed calls and should they change the replay rule and all that? Nah, don't change nothing. Leave everything the way it is. You don't need extra time to slow down the game and all of that. Like, nah. That's the problem with basketball now. When they go on the replay and they take 15, 20 minutes to look at something that seems obvious. Leave it alone.
I just got confused just now. Jesus Christ.
What?
I was looking at that game to see it was 31-31 regulation.
The regulation? See?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm looking at the box score and I see L Fournette. I'm like, what the L Fournette? And he played at LSU.
He looking at the wrong game.
No, I'm not. It's another L Fournette on the team.
That's his family.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I didn't know.
That's his little brother.
Oh, that's Leonard?
Yeah. No. That's his name.
Yo, before we even move on from this.
It's like Michelle and Michael. Right?
Another thing about that Saints game was that forced interception that breezed through that was not necessary.
Yep.
He could just ate that sack. He could have.
When he threw up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He threw up a balloon.
So, I mean, he got hit. That's wild. But all the penalties was terrible. But at the same time, run on first down, don't force the pass, give your defense a chance. But still, that play call was terrible.
Non-play call.
I mean, that non-penalty was terrible.
Did y'all give y'all Super Bowl picks?
I got the Rams.
Man, that ain't even a question for me.
I'm sorry, P. Wait, who do you think is going to win versus who you want to win?
Rams. How about that? Sit back.
Who you got, Chips?
He know he's not betting against TB.
Chips, who you got?
Who ain't betting against TB?
You.
Got Tom Brady.
Who you got, Chris?
I can't bet against TB, dog.
Hey, I got the same pick, man.
I can't.
Fuck
The way
you.
I don't want him to win.
You cool. Fuck you. All right?
I definitely don't want them to win, but shit, man, it's hard.
Can y'all imagine PH Energy next episode?
I'm sitting it out, fam.
Betting against Tom Brady is like betting against LeBron James winning the East the last however many years.
Word.
Let me tell you something. I promise you, if the Patriots win, I'm starting a podcast. I'm cursing everybody out. I'm calling everybody N-words. I'm getting fines. And then I'm just cutting off my street. That's it.
You're $25. You're $20 now, though.
That's it.
Yo, if they had to bet me right now, I'd still bet LeBron will win the East right now. That's how consistent he is. Like, that's how I feel about Tom Brady. Like, I'm scared. I don't want to say the Rams.
I just want to know what their game plan gonna be. That's what I'm wondering.
Run the ball.
It better be for Todd Gurley to show.
I don't know. Can you run the ball successfully against these dudes like that?
Yeah. Against who?
The
Rams. Their defense is not
run
defense.
No, you talking about can the Patriots run the ball
against the Rams? I know they got 12 running backs. I know that. But
I don't think that matters, man. Like what Pop said when he was talking about giving Brady too much credit, I'm not giving him credit for winning the game with his arm. I'm just giving him and Belichick as a duo credit for managing the game and getting the game plan down packed to where they can win. That's what
they better do screens all day.
I don't think not a soul, the way their season went, I don't think not a soul had them getting back to the Super Bowl.
This was their most vulnerable year I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Outside of them getting knocked out that one.
Man, you know what? This is what they wanted you to believe.
And it might be that. It might be fucking that. I don't know.
Well, you believe.
No. Listen, it's hate regardless.
Nah, you believe the Chargers are going to do it. I think we all did.
What?
I think we all believe the Chargers was going to do it.
No, I didn't.
Nah?
I wanted, but I didn't believe it.
What he said, I wanted?
I thought it was only the Chiefs. And if the Steelers would have got in, I probably would have gave them a shot too. But I was only thinking the Chiefs.
The Chiefs game? Yes.
It would have been hard for me to bet on the Steelers on that. Like, their defense was too shaky this season too for me.
And minus Antonio Brown, it would have been kind of rough.
Oh, nah. See, come on. I'm not talking about all of that,
man. Jesus Christ.
Right, so, this week, right now, Australian Open is still going on. And I wanted to touch base on it a little bit because there's been a little bit of a change in the influx. Now, granted, Francis Tiafoe has recently been eliminated by Rafa Nadal, but I think it's hard to avoid the impact now that we've been able to see in, I'd say, the past year now that black culture has had on tennis. Obviously Serena and Venus have been impactful, and going back to, the beginning days with, Althea Gibson, Arthur Ashe, initially starting the wave, then there's been a mass fall off. With this resurgence now where, Francis Tiafoe getting all the publicity that he's getting, taking his shirt off after big wins, nobody expected him to do anything, doing the LeBron James chest pat and all of that, being real blackish. But
I know you wanted to use another word, but
how do you guys feel that the impact of the black community, plays a part on tennis now? Do you think that it's a rise now, or is it something that it's going to fall off? Chips, I'm going to start with you.
I think it's a rise. And it stems from, you guys, PH and Chris is down south. I don't know if Puda and Pop notice it up here, but I have two kids, and at one point they were in, I believe it was in East New York, in Highland Park. They had a tennis instruction.
East New York,
Word.
So I think it started from that. I think tennis is realizing that they need to broaden their brand and try to get out to more different cultures. Sort of similar to how soccer has taken off. I think tennis is starting to recognize that they need to broaden their not horizon, but they need to reach out to different. They need to diversify. What's the word?
Diversify.
That's what I was looking for right there, Chris. They need to diversify and
portfolio.
not the portfolio.
Yo, don't listen to him, man.
Not the portfolio. Yo, they need more. They need
ethnicity.
Nah, I don't. They need more. I'm trying to think of the right word.
Black people, man.
It's not just black people. It's not just black people.
They said stop dancing around it.
It's not just black people. It just can't be rich white people that have the access to excel in the sport. So with different organizations reaching out in the inner cities, the less fortunate, getting programs out there for the kids to start learning the sport and loving the sport. Tennis has been doing that over the years, and I think now we're starting to see the fruit of that labor come to fruition. And so I think it's definitely a rise, and I think it's
man. Chips using the big words.
Oh, shout out to what I do out here. You know what I mean?
He ain't no diversified, but yeah.
But but for real, I it's definitely a rise, and it makes. I'm gonna keep it 100. My man Chris brought up in, we got our little MizFitz Sports Radio chat. He brought up tennis, and I was like, fam, I'm not trying to hear nothing about no tennis. That's like me talking about hockey. I don't want to do it. But being honest, if there's more diversity in it, and it's something that I personally can root for, then it might draw me to watch. I don't know the dude that you said, his name. I don't know him.
Siakam.
No. Siakam plays for the Toronto Raptors, fam. All right?
Most improved player of the year.
So, but if now that I heard that, something that I could kind of relate to, the LeBron pump the chest, throw a little powder on the racket or something. I don't know. Something that I could get into that'll draw me to the game. Then maybe people like me, and that's in my same zone, might want to watch. You know what I mean? So it's definitely, I think it's a good thing. It's definitely not a bad thing. And it's only going to make the sport more interesting. Like, if you think about when Tiger Woods came into golf, it was the wave. When he was in his prime, and it wasn't just the black people that was watching him or the Asian people that was watching him. Everybody was drawn into that because of it was something new that they never saw before.
His skill was unmatched, though, at that time.
And the skill was crazy. So all of it played a role in bigging up golf. And now golf is probably, it fell off a little bit with the decline of Tiger. But at that point in time, they had a wave and a rise in viewership and sponsorship that they never seen before. All because somebody different came into the game and did what they did. So just like the chick that beat Serena.
Go ahead, say it. No, nobody help him. Say
Oksana.
Damn, dog.
That's not it?
Damn, dog.
You was close.
But that's what you said the last time, too.
I said Oksana last time, right?
Yes.
Oksana is a Russian name.
I just gave you props.
Yo, nah, but for real, like her and the guy that Yitiri was mentioning, if you get more athletes like that involved in the sport, it's only going to propel the sport to be, more exciting. What you got, PH?
Well, you left out a few people on that, Madison.
Just say you don't watch tennis like that, man.
Thank you.
No, I'm telling him.
Yeesh, real.
Fight.
There's some other players that's worth watching. Madison Keys, like I said, Sloane Stephens. It's more on the female side that's just a lot of black tennis players. Not too many males. The Tiafo dude, and then James Blake a few years back.
James Blake questionable, but go ahead.
Listen,
but we're gonna talk about that later. You're right. Never mind.
All right, whatever. You want to, but as far as it being a rise, I don't want to say it's a rise yet. We just need some follow through from young age to keep up what they doing. A lot of kids, they'll start off doing something and then they'll back off, or I don't know if it's family making them do it or parents making them do it. I don't know if the love is there yet. They see the other people, making it. The female sees Serena. I guess they have that to look up to on the female side. The men don't really have anything to look up to yet. So I don't know. I want it to be a rise. I really do. But like at this point, I'm not sure. The Tiafo dude, man, I mean, he got the swag. Hopefully he has the drive to continue on pushing and getting better at being a tennis player.
That's very big. That's very big.
Definitely important. Yes.
Wanting to be just a face or just being up there saying, "Yeah, I'm here." You need to be here and actually prove and do and show out.
Is he more theatrics than skill?
No.
Hashtag AB.
Yeah. At this
I say it's a little too early to say that.
That's what I was getting ready to say. At this point, he's just starting. So for him to be where he is, I would say yes. I would give him that right now. Yes. Now, will he continue it, like I said, and get better? That's yet to be seen. So, like, this year was like the first year you really heard about him. Like, yeah, he might be good. He might be this. He might be that. Like, Sloane Stephens had that in the beginning where she broke through, did a little thing. Madison Keys did her thing a little bit, but they continued on and they broke top 10. And I think if I'm not mistaken, Sloane Stephens won a major. So, like I said, I just really, really want them to get to where we have a lot more black people in tennis and an influx of more black people being top 10, top 5, and being the top players in the sport. What you got, Pop?
So when Serena just got knocked out, me, my wife, my father-in-law, and his sister, shout out to her. She bought me an air fryer. Shout out to you, boo. Thank you.
Hold on. She a Dallas fan too, like her brother?
I don't think so.
All right, we're gonna have to keep an eye on that.
She got the air fryer, so she get a pass for them.
We're gonna have to keep an eye on that.
Yo, they got people that love them, B. You know that motherfucker buying air fryers. Puda had like 28,000 people at the housewarming.
Yeah, man. Including all y'all friends that I met through y'all.
You trying to say your family?
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. They always did.
Your family don't love you?
I'm just saying.
Only one person on this podcast came to my housewarming.
Well, we take showers, so I don't know, man. Might be a little different.
So we was watching it, and I don't know. I watch soccer. I watch tennis, but to be 100% honest, I watch before Serena and Venus. I don't know. I just always watch females, the female side, and I think that's part of it too, right? So it's like we're saying that it won't get popping until we get the men, but maybe it don't have to be. Like basketball is popping because of the men, but WNBA not so much. But the female ballers are still inspired by NBA, the male players. Why can't little boys watch Serena and Osaka play and be inspired by them? I understand you want to see an image of yourself. That's what pretty much make you want to do things. But, black is black. If it's a strong black woman or man, that's all good. Either way, that should, if you're interested in something, that should make you want to try it and stick around and do it. And PH has said something about, hopefully homeboy stays in the top, whatever, and plays good. But I don't think that's the real gauge. I feel like the real gauge is when you have the mediocre players. Like, you shouldn't have to be the best of the best. There should be some black people in the best. Some black people at 25.
I don't know if that. Not to cut you off.
That's when you know. Look how many bums is in the NBA. And
but that's it. But that's the NBA. In tennis, even if you go to the white people in tennis,
Serena's ranked 16 right now.
No, but that's Serena. Serena is an all-time great. Whether she's ranked 16 first.
What I'm saying is, you know, you establish when you have people in the top, people in the middle, and people at the bottom. If it's only just the best, then that means there's not enough people.
But that's not tennis. But that's not tennis on a worldwide stage. But
there's a bunch of white people in tennis that's not the best.
Polish and Russian all day.
I was saying for him to be the top, to to have men look at.
All right. Let me just get my point off.
But let me respond to your point. Not to cut you off. I'm gonna let you finish though.
Let him finish.
Now I'm gonna let you finish though.
You're not letting me finish.
No, but what I'm saying is, you got in tennis, you got the Nadals and give me a few other.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't hear about the mediocre players like that in tennis. That's what I'm saying. Like
you got Sharapova mediocre, and you hear about her all day, every day.
She wasn't mediocre in her climax. Like
she's not mediocre now. Didn't she just beat the number one rank?
Yeah,
but that's now, son. You've been hearing about her.
No.
But she's won majors though, Puda.
That's what I'm saying. Like her name is out there because she was a top player at one point.
Okay.
Tennis, you don't hear about.
And then I think something about some
second and third all the time.
That's not going against what I'm saying though. What I'm saying is we need people on both sides of the spectrum. Like it's almost like if you're not the best, then you can't play when you're black. You have to be one of the best. You have to be Tiger Woods. You have to be Serena Williams. Why can't you be the 15th best? Why can't you be, you know what I mean? You shouldn't have to be the very best to be in it. That's what I'm saying. Yes, of course we want to have somebody that look like us at the top, of course. But it needs to be people of our kind throughout the sport, period. And not fade away because you're not one of the best.
But to keep it a buck.
And it goes back to when you're black, you got to work 100 times harder than everybody else.
This is true.
So I think when PH said that, I don't think it was necessarily referring to having to be the best, but to go along with the antics. That's why it was. Is he more theatrics or is he skilled too?
I wasn't even rebuttaling what he said. I'm saying we need both. We need people at the top, and we just need people in the sport. Somebody that might show up and win, but they're not somebody that's going to win on a regular basis. You need an Adrian Broner of tennis.
No, we don't. No, yes, we do not. No, we
yes, you do. Yes, you do. But I don't know. I know when we was kids, it was a park in Gersh, and they used to have tennis and all of that back then. It's a very hard sport. It's a very hard sport. You have to get into it at a very young age. And I don't know. I don't know if that's ever. I don't like. Some things is just not for everybody. Like, you might not have to need black people to be in there. It might just have to be a couple sprinkled in here and there.
Chibs, let me get in there real quick. Let me just say one quick thing because I don't really follow tennis. To answer Chris' question, I don't think it's a rise. Because if there was going to be a rise, this should have been 1 year ago. Because the Williams sisters has been dominating this sport for as long as I can remember. Especially Serena, not only dominating tennis in all of sports. Period. She's been the most dominant player.
They got to be a man. They got to be a man. They got to be a man.
I feel you, and it shouldn't be like that. That's not fair. So I don't think it's going to be a rise. I think it's going to take a little while longer for a lot of African Americans to come in this sport, and like Pop said, be on both sides of the spectrum. And for the hardcore fans to accept the fact, because that's going to take a while too. But that's all I wanted to get out. Go ahead, Chips.
So what I was going to say goes to what you said and what Pop was saying. It's a process, and we, like I said in the beginning when we opened the segment, it's the start. We starting to see the fruits of that labor. So the more and more that our young African American children and other children of different cultures, the more they get into it, the more we will see the results, and those middle of the pack players will start showing face. My thing is, when you got to look at a certain culture in every different sport, you know what I mean? Like basketball is predominantly black, and you get the sprinkles of the Caucasian players that are great. You get the sprinkles of the Caucasian players that are okay. But those sprinkles that are okay in the NBA right now, they don't get as much love. It's kind of just like tennis on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you want to take it further, you take the European effect in the NBA. We had a bunch of players come from the European scene to play basketball, but only the greats are recognized and talked about all the time. The Dirks, the Lucas.
He ain't a great all time.
Huh?
He's not a great all time.
He looked like he headed in that direction.
No, I didn't say no. He's not there yet, but he's showing out like that. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely at the top of the pillar when it comes to talent.
Probably trying to say your man Porzingis.
KP. You know what I mean?
No.
So it's what do you mean? No,
he's definitely recognized.
KP has been hurt more than half of his career.
But his
name is out there.
He's recognized as being one of a great unicorn, like something that you've never seen before. So, and that's his nickname. So it's just like that when you look at us in tennis. We have to do that. So the more and more younger players that we get into the sport, then we'll start seeing those middle of the pack players. It's not. I don't think it's necessarily saying, "Oh, you got to be great." Like when PH was talking about that guy that y'all was talking about, whether he's just the theatrics or if he's going to take the sport serious, but he's just that name that has talent enough to be recognized and show face in the media. You know what I mean? But there's plenty of players in tennis that you can't even. PH and Chris watch tennis like that, and they probably won't know the mediocre names like that. You know what I mean? Because it just in the culture of the sport, it's not big enough to where those mediocre names will be recognized like that. You know what I mean? Unless you're a hardcore enthusiast. You know what I mean? So I think it'll get there, and I think we're just starting to see the turnaround effect of tennis being displayed in the inner cities more.
Well, I hope so. I don't think it's a rise, but I hope so. I hope you're right, man.
So to go to what Huda said, I mean, you can't really hold, Venus and Serena and say, oh, well, that should have been the rise. When I say rise, and when you look at it with any rise, even when you guys are talking about, the European influence on basketball, it didn't just happen when one person came. It was multiple people coming over.
But not to cut you off, she's the most dominant player.
Every time y'all cut somebody off, y'all say not to cut you off.
She's the most dominant player of all of sports, so it was supposed to happen. It was definitely supposed to happen.
But again, it can't happen if nobody else is doing it, though. That's what I'm saying. The influence and the rise can't just be one person. That's just like saying change happens with only one person. It starts there, and then she starts to influence the youth. And then as they start to get more involved in it, that's when you see the rise. The influence of European basketball didn't happen with just Dirk or just Manu or just Vlade Divac going back or Arvydas Sabonis. It took all of them to start now transitioning over. And that's when you've seen it was more and more and more. I definitely, don't think anybody took anything different. Go ahead, Pop.
It also took the sport of basketball, NBA, they put their foot into doing it. Like they went over there and said, we want to plant this seed over there. That's something tennis will have to do.
With that NBA abroad program and all of that. Yep, absolutely. And I think that's what, so being in the South, it's a little bit different down here. So I can say my daughter is 7 years old now, and she does participate in tennis. There are a lot of different programs now for youth where tennis involved. Now, to touch on it, I see absolutely no little boys involved in this tennis program. So that's definitely where it, the influence is different. It's only little girls. It's only little girls that's, seeing Serena, seeing Venus out there and that influence. And there's no boys out there because they have nobody on the male side of tennis to relate to. I do feel like his demeanor, his personality, his characteristics will make it to where, like Chip said, it will bring a lot more of the urban viewer and the non, tennis professional or tennis fan to the table now. So I think as long as he does stay relevant, that's going to play a part in it. He doesn't have to be great.
Yeah, he don't even got to be great. You just got to stay relevant.
Stay relevant. Stay active. Continue to be in these tournaments. Because I think if it wasn't for it being the Australian Open, which is like one of the first major Grand Slam of the year, if it was just a small event, I don't think it would have been as impactful. You know what I mean? But definitely good input, man. And to all the youth, you don't just only got to be a basketball player. You can do more than just play basketball. Don't let anybody tell you anything different, man.
And get out the damn house. Get out the house and run around.
And you can look up to a female athlete too.
Absolutely.
My kids don't get out the house. Get out the house. Run around, man.
Word, go get you an old head outside, man.
Word, son.
Nabi be in her room watching kids online play with toys instead of playing with her.
Yo, son, there's a YouTube star by the name of Ryan. Y'all probably know. Y'all got little kids. This dude made millions of dollars, son, reviewing toys, son. Millions of dollars on YouTube reviewing toys, and he got his own toy line, son. That's how much these kids and youth just watch the internet, YouTube, and it's crazy, son. Like, we was outside all the time. Well, the only time we was inside when we was on punishment.
Stay in the house and watch this podcast and then go outside.
Word. On to the next one. On Saturday, Pac-Man, Manny Pacquiao face Adrian the Problem Broner. Huda, what you think? No.
Nah, let me go first. I'm gonna make this quick, man.
Okay, go ahead.
I think it was a waste of damn time. I didn't want to watch it. I tried to talk all of my friends from ordering it. I can't recall this dude throwing many punches or connecting, and I think the only round I ever gave him was the fourth. That was it. That was the only round he pretty much showed up. Usually Broner waits till about the seventh round to show up and start letting it go. He didn't even do that. He was just hands tucked. I don't know if he was trying to wait for counters all day. I don't know if he was listening to his corner. I don't know what he was doing out there, but he looked horrible. As bad as Pacquiao looked, he looked 10 times worse. Like, it was bad. It was a bad fight. And I hope there's no part two. Please. I don't want to see part two.
It ain't no.
You just never know with boxing, man. You never know.
Definitely know there's gonna be a part two to that.
I didn't expect this to happen, and look, it happened.
Part two, fan.
All right. Well, since Manny Pacquiao is Chris' favorite boxer in the world, I'm gonna just throw it to him. Yeah, don't shake your head, dog. Hold on. That fight was dirt.
Even though Pacquiao is one of my favorite boxers, I agree. I think it's done. It was good to see that he still, had the energy, he had the drive, but that fight was horrible. That fight was not worth pay-per-view. That fight should have been on PBS in Brooklyn.
You call it Brooklyn cheap?
No. It's just most of the PBS fights are always in Barclays.
At the Alpha Center. And Barclays.
No. Most of the BBS fights are in Barclays. That's why I said in Brooklyn. That's it. But no, I don't feel like this should have been like if I was a Vegas promoter, I would have been so mad at this fight. Like, unfortunately, I didn't get to see any of the undercards. Hopefully, those were good because that fight was horrible. Broner was tripping. He didn't land more than 8 punches in any round, and then he really had the audacity to say that he won the fight.
That's crazy.
Which I just didn't get. He said he landed the more cleaner punches, and he, like, you can't say that. And then in one round, you was basically knocked across the ring. So, no, Manny Pacquiao, even though he won convincingly, it wasn't a convincing fight. It was a horrible fight for his status and his standards. It was disgusting. I was very upset with the fight. I was mad I wasted my time to watch the fight.
Me too.
But yeah, what you got, Pop?
I'm gonna play a clip for y'all.
Oh God,
world, the AB that you guys used to say might be the next Floyd Mayweather. Once upon a time, he looked tremendous. And you want to talk about out of mind, out of sight? Who's AB today? About bullshit.
About bullshit. That was Keith Thurman saying he used to be about billions and now he's about bullshit. That's what AB stands for.
That's what
when did Keith Thurman have that interview, son?
That was Keith Thurman?
Yes.
The dude who ain't fighting 2 years?
Yes.
Yes.
That's fighting.
You know what? You about bullshit.
Keith Thurman? Keith Thurman?
You about bullshit too, Keith. On that damn ponytail.
I'm gonna keep it brief. Listen, man, he know how to sell fights. It might be over. That might have been the last one, though. I don't think.
See him again.
No, we're gonna see him again because he has a contract. So yeah, we're gonna. See him. But
he's obligated.
This was his last hurrah. Like he was happy with his $2 million and whatever he gonna make off the back end and his Fashion Nova shorts.
$2 million and Pacquiao got 10, fam.
I mean, that was his highest pay.
I'm gonna take a fan.
You almost said it, Chips. You was this close.
I'm gonna take a fine. Go ahead, man.
That was his highest payday. So he got his $2 million.
That was his
Another fine.
He gonna get his back end on the pay-per-view. I don't know how much Fashion Nova paid him to wear his shorts, but that's it. I think that's it for him. Go ahead, PH. So Chips could go.
Yeah, let Chips go last.
All I want to say is I wanted Adrian Broner to win so I could see the shenanigans times 2. It was gonna be epic. Look, he lost, and look what he was doing. True monkey fashion. Now, if he would have won,
they would have brushed his head. They would have brushed his head.
Is that your way of saying it without getting fined?
They would have brushed his hair in the ring.
Yo, put that on the shirt. True monkey fashion.
Son. Yeah, and yes, you're right, Chris. But I was praying he won, man. I was like, the first round went through. I was like, all right, maybe he warming up. Second round, I was like, all right. Third round, I was just like, what am I watching?
The third round, he almost got punched out the damn ring.
It was disgusting. It was disgusting. I was thoroughly disappointed, man. About bullshit.
Yo, speaking of disgusting, I don't know if y'all saw the Badu Jack fight, but that's cut in the middle of his head.
Oh, the gash
was reckless.
Son, it was like this big, son.
You could see what he was thinking.
It was about this wide.
Gashes.
When the cut man went to like wipe it, more. I was like,
it was like pulling his like the cut like I was like, nah, how are they not stopping this?
Yo, you saw the ref shirt?
Yo,
you know, like a butcher,
his shirt, son. You should have seen his face. His face was completely red, and he like boxing, and he like wiping, like trying to move forward and throw punches. I'm like, nah.
Definitely look like one of those wrestling cages.
Yeah, when they hit the blood packet.
Yeah, the blood packet.
Nah, when they be down on the ground and they take it and they cut themselves. And then they see
do
them
that.
do this
Throw the razor.
before they get up.
Man, but what you got, Chips?
Go ahead. Enough is enough. Go ahead, Chip.
Nah, it ain't.
Nah, get them Chips. Tell them why you mad, fam.
This was this close, B. Enough is enough segment, man. This close. But my last enough is enough segment was boxing, so I ain't want to do it. But I'm a rant right now. Adrian Bronner is a complete clown. He's always been a complete clown. All right? First of all, you in a goddamn pre-fight interviews talking about, oh, you giving me $1 million?
Gang, gang.
I'm gonna bust your ass. I might fight you. You ain't fighting nobody. You don't throw punches, fam. You a boxer, you don't throw punches. Less than eight thrown punches per round. My son, I can do that.
Thrown or landed?
It was landed.
It was landed, not
That's
thrown.
still nasty, though.
That's still nasty. He might have threw 10, all right? Fine. He got a good
He definitely didn't land that.
He got a good percentage.
His
All right?
percentage wasn't that high.
Let me tell you something. I mean, I'm so listen, I didn't pay for the fight. Come get me. All right? Because that
The
Negro,
views and the opinions expressed here on MizFitz Sports Radio
that
are not of
Negro,
the show.
We
that
do
Negro,
all legal screaming.
Nah,
Yo, have the fine print go across the bottom of the screen when we.
nah, hold on. That Negro will never.
Oh, no, that counts.
I said Negro.
Nah, it don't.
That
Will
don't
never-
count.
Negro don't
Well,
count? Oh.
No. Will never get a dime of my money. He never has, never will. Yo, you are a clown. And my man Pop tried to get me for saying clown. And he was like, yo, I'm not fighting. He not fighting like clown. No, he wasn't fighting like a clown right then. But no shock to me, that post-fight interview talking about, yo, I won. I clearly whipped the ass. I'm doing it for the hood. The hood don't like you. The hood don't respect you.
Get them Chips.
We respect winners. You are a loser. You are a clown. You are predictable. Fam, you threw 3 punches in that fight. You threw the lazy jab, you threw the overhead right, and you threw a left hook that missed 92% of the time.
All facts. 92%.
Yo, this is enough is enough. I'm sorry.
This is.
Yo, son,
Why you mad, son?
y'all talking about Pacquiao had a bad fight. He didn't have a bad fight. He fought like a 48-year-old. He whipped on the ass.
He's only 40.
I must say,
I'm
he
just
only
saying.
40.
I'm just saying, he old. And he did what he had to do to whip your ass. You ain't get 1 round in that fight. You ain't, and your corner, they clowns too.
And we gonna at you on Instagram.
Yeah, please do. Please do. You are a clown. You talking about you won the fight. What fight you was fighting? you was boxing. You're boxing, right? You're not throwing punches. You can't. You want to pride yourself on being Floyd Mayweather so bad that you want to, in the beginning of your career, copy his defensive style. But then you had to let go of that because you knew you couldn't do it. So now you want to fight with my man Jim. What's his name? Jim Gray. You want to fight with him, talking about he got it out against you, but he shut your dumb ass down too.
Yeah.
Cause you're a clown. You're a clown. You won that fight. Everybody know you won that fight. You didn't do shit but embarrass yourself. You got $2 million in the bank. You richer than me. But you're a clown. You're a clown. You're a clown. And anybody who supports this dude is a clown too.
Yo, what AB stand for, Chips?
About bullshit, buns, burgers, and more bullshit.
Okay. You ain't getting a horn for that.
He said, I ain't agreeing with that one.
Yo, listen. The amount of frustration that I had watching that fight was times 20. I get PH saying that he wanted AB to win to see the theatrics, but you still got the clown monkey bullshit theatrics at the end of the fight.
No.
You
if
still got
won, it would have been no sir.
Yo, he would have popped a bottle if he would have won.
It would have went way beyond that, son.
You would have got his waves brushed in the ring, man.
Son, way beyond that. Son, he'd still be talking right now.
Listen,
he'd still be in the ring right now.
He didn't win. So he can't keep talking.
Yo, Adrian Parker, you hear this shit? This is what people want to fucking see.
Here you go right here.
This is what people want to see.
This? Oh, you can't even see it.
Yes, you can.
Beat him.
I'll beat him. The world beat him.
Beat him.
Yo, this dude is listen, man. I got so much shit I wanted to say, and we did this podcast too late, but I'm not gonna drag it. But
man, you just had like 5 minutes. What you mean you ain't gonna drag it?
Word. Yo,
Chris been waiting to go for mad long. Chris, did you even go?
Yo, he is so like. Just stop, man. Please, nobody put him on another. He better not be on pay-per-view. That's one.
Well, because he was fighting Pacquiao. So
listen, that's it, man. That's all I gotta say. You're a clown, man. Exclamation point. You're a clown. Next segment.
On to the next one. On to the next one.
Well, to talk on a more happier subject. Mariano Rivera.
That's right.
AKA, in my eyes, the Great Bambino. Was just recently made the very first unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer with this induction. Great job, Hall of Fame. You guys finally got one.
Which should have been the second. It shouldn't have been the first. Should have been the second.
So that's it. Finally got one right. But great job. Now, this same ballot, Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds both missed again. Numbers gone up a little bit, but unfortunately they missed again. So I wanted to get you guys' opinions. Obviously, we're all Yankees fans, and we're all homers here. So I know we all believe that, Mariano Rivera does definitely deserve to be in there. But how do you guys feel about the Hall of Fame ballot in itself? PH, start with you, since Chips took so long on that last one.
Well, like you said, me being a homer, yes, he deserved to be in there 100%, and I'm glad he got the unanimous decision because Ken Griffey got robbed.
Yep.
He should have been unanimous 99.3%. What was wrong with them? What was wrong with them? 99.3?
Diva.
Pure hate. Hate.
Nolan Ryan.
Man, forget all of them. I'm talking about black people and Yankees. Forget them other people.
Says the man with a white do-rag on.
Yo, what's up? But I see you, fam. We got to fight. Anyway, now Mariano dominated. It was only one time I wanted to strangle him.
Yep,
that was that 3-1
Boston series. Yep.
Yes,
that's the only bad memory I have about
what happened there, man. That was just like I cried. Like I think like literal tears. Snot. I was devastated.
Kind of like how you gonna do a Super Bowl?
Nah, it's gonna be worse. I might be on suicide watch for that. So. But Mariano, he dominated. I mean, that cutter he threw was just phenomenal. Everybody's been trying to emulate that, and nobody can get that cutter how he got it, man. Even when he showed them how he throw the ball, they still can't do it. And I'm glad he's gonna start working with the Yankees pitchers this season, which that might help out with our everything because pitching has definitely been our bad side. And Clemens and Bonds, I don't know if they're gonna get that 15%, man. 5% each year. It's gonna. I have to see what happens the next vote. If they get past 65%, it's a possibility. But I think even then, when it gets to that last vote, people might get spiteful and just not vote for them just because they don't want them in. Period. Bonds have a slight chance over Clemens because I don't know. People just hate Roger Clemens way more than they hate Barry Bonds. But either way, I don't think either one of them are gonna make it in. Even though they both should, regardless of the steroids, I think they both should make it in. What you got, Chips? Look like you are kind of focused there.
No. I'm listening. Shout out to Mariano Mo. I watched in tribute to him getting into the Hall of Fame. Of course, my feed came across when Derek Jeter and Andy Pettitte came out and called him out for the last time Yankee Stadium. Witnessed that live on TV. I wasn't in the stadium, but that was a very special moment. I think it was hands down a foregone conclusion that nobody on that board who has votes wanted to be the fool or the idiot that didn't vote for him unanimously, because let me tell you something about public perception. Like, it's a motherfucker.
Before that vote, before the vote came out, there was people before saying they wasn't going to vote for him.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Public perception. Public perception. Motherfucker was like, y'all wildin'. I don't give a fuck what kind of criteria I want to hold. Y'all are wildin' if y'all don't put this man at 100%. And y'all are absolutely right when y'all talk about the King Griffey's, and like I said, the Tom Seavers and the Nolan Ryans, pillars of baseball. That was the pinnacle of what they did at that time. For them not to get 100% was absolutely absurd. And if Mariano didn't get that 100%, it would have been a hellstorm. That one or two people that didn't vote for him would have got blasted. Even though they are unanimous, they would have got outed. And they
Unanimous.
Unanimous?
With an A.
No, it's not unanimous. What the fuck you talking about?
Anonymous.
It's not unanimous.
That's what I said.
No, you said unanimous.
Yeah, anonymous. That's what I meant. My bad. But you can't correct me and then say the word wrong. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about?
You pronounce it that way too. But go ahead. I was just.
Yeah, anonymous. Like they would have got blasted. You know what I mean? Like they shit would have been on Instagram, Twitter, that they did not vote Mariano in. And I'm definitely glad that they got it right. The footage of him celebrating with his family was classic. It made me feel good to see one of the Yankee greats go down like that. So that was a good thing. When it comes to Bonds and who's the other player we talking about?
Roger
Clemens. They're both going to get in. But let me touch on what PH said. PH was talking about people like Bonds more than Clemens. Roger Clemens was an asshole, fam. Like he was a legit dickhead. So Bonds did it right. You know what I mean? And I was listening to, as y'all know, as I said before, I listen to a lot of sports radio on the drive to and from work. My boy Stephen A was talking about Bonds and why he did the steroid thing. Bonds kind of had like the most or the more excusable reason to do steroids.
Man,
because
my face.
No, listen.
Bonds ain't do no steroids, dog.
I know why he did it. I know the reason.
So if you know the reason, it makes sense to cut him some slack.
No.
To cut him some slack.
Was it
So
injury?
No,
not
Mark
injury.
McGwire and Sammy Sosa was hitting all them home runs, and it was
exactly. And Barry Bonds
was killing, but he wasn't getting.
Barry Bonds was killing. Barry Bonds was doing everything.
Exactly.
Everything.
So what? Just keep doing it clean.
No, it wasn't working at that time, son. Baseball was a heavily infested steroid era. So that's why he did it. He said, you know what? I'm stealing bases. My on base percentage is crazy. I'm tagging motherfuckers out. He doing everything.
Yo, his on base percentage was like 1,000 or some stupid.
Willie Mays is my family.
Yo, word. So he had not saying that it was right and that he should have did it, but he had the more excusable reason to give him a pass on why he did it, right? And outside of that, he was a likable person. So yes, he is more liked than Roger Clemens, but as some people may say, and I agree with, baseball has to come to grips that they had a steroid era. You cannot just say we're not going to have no Hall of Fame inductees from this year to this year. It's impossible. It's not going to be able to hold up. So I think all of those players, A-Rod, Bonds, Clemens, they're going to get in eventually.
If P. Rose ain't getting in, they ain't getting in.
A-Rod working on himself now, being on baseball.
They're getting in. P. Rose is a different story.
Man, that's wild though, man. He ain't even bet on his own team.
But he should still be in though.
He should. I'm not saying he shouldn't be in, but I'm telling you why he's not going to get in, because he was one of a kind. Steroid was a whole fucking era. P. Rose was one of a kind, betting on the sport. So
yeah, but he wasn't betting on his own team though. That's what I don't understand.
I didn't say the own team. I agree with you. But that's their excuse, and that's what they're holding on to. Like, you was the only one doing this. So now we can put all our firepower on you. They can't put all their firepower on all those players that got caught doing steroids.
Why not?
Because then you're gonna have a whole era, decade or two, where you don't have no Hall of Fame inductees.
Yes, you will. There was clean players.
I'm about to say there was some
Barry Bonds was clean, dog.
Not worthy of Hall of Fame.
Oh my gosh!
Stop, fam. Stop, Puda. Stop. Barry Bonds did steroids, B. You seen that nigga head? He did steroids, B.
Yo, you just said, this is your 4th time this episode, dog.
Yep.
What is your deal?
Yo,
it's the Duce. Yup, it's the Duce.
He said it's the poison.
I can't focus, man.
Next episode, I'm gonna put the bill up.
And Nightmare Pain.
So yeah, but they're gonna get in. I think they're gonna get in eventually. It's just gonna take time. As we see their voter percentage is going up, and they're gonna get in eventually. What you got, Puda?
I don't got much, man. But first of all, Barry Bonds ain't doing no steroids, but I still don't think
OJ ain't do it either.
He ain't. I don't think them two boys are getting in, man, because baseball likes to hold grudges, and they're very, when it comes to the public, they're very by the book and in the straight line. So you know how baseball is the type of sport that make up a stat for every single thing. If these dudes get in the Hall of Fame, there's gonna be the asterisk next to their name. They're in the Hall of Fame, but steroids.
That's
I don't think they're gonna get in. Shouts to Mo. Like you said, that video was very, very, very touching, man. The dude didn't even get to finish talking, and I think as soon as he said "you're the first," they all just like erupted and
because they knew what it was.
Yeah, they knew what it was, and it was crazy. Even though he should have been a second, I still don't want to take that moment from him, especially being a Yankees great. And with all of the Yankees game I did watch,
he should have been a third or fourth.
Yeah, I'm with you. With all of the Yankees game I watched, I can only remember one bad memory, and PH brought it up. That was the 3-1 deal with the Red Sox. The worst possible situation you could be in. But outside of that, man, shouts to him, man. What you got, Chris?
I definitely agree. He shouldn't have been the first. He won't be the last. I think we won't see it again until when it's time for Derek Jeter to come up. I think Derek Jeter will be the very next unanimous on first ballot. And yeah, that Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens shit is real tough. I think Barry Bonds still has a chance of getting in because if you look at it, he had Hall of Fame numbers before the steroids.
Definitely true. Definitely true.
Roger Clemens' numbers were shaky at best when he was, before the steroids. But I think Barry Bonds had the resume to vouch for him being a Hall of Fame, player and athlete before that, before the steroids. Steroids don't help you catching, fly balls going from, right field to center field, winning gold gloves and, just defensively. Steroids don't help you with that. But yeah, I think, it was said best, baseball really needs to come to grips and try. And it's like they're trying to erase this era from their years. It's like, you got to own it, man. This was what you guys allowed, and you guys publicized it so much with that whole Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire home run race. Like, baseball was on it. They would cut from a whole nother sport.
Whole nother game.
Like, Mark McGwire's up the bat. Let's see if he gets to number 60. Like, they would completely cut out a whole nother game or sport to show it. So they definitely benefited from it. They got to own that, man. And being that pitchers were on it too, that's why I feel like it shouldn't be held against the batters for doing it because pitchers were doing it too.
Andy Pettitte.
I know nothing. It's not bad talking to Yankees, man. But yeah, I just don't see it happening for both of them. Maybe Barry Bonds, but I think that's going to be a stretch. But we'll see. What you got, Pop?
Like everybody said, shout out to Ken Griffey Jr. because he should have been up there. And Mariano, I watched his whole career from when the sexual child abuser guy John Wetland was the closer, and Mariano used to set him up. Like from the day he stepped on the field, he was the truth. He was the truth. So well deserving.
One pitch.
Well deserving. I think it's gonna be a slow grind to Bonds getting there. He was a Hall of Famer just off his Pittsburgh Pirates resume alone. He was a Hall of Famer. I don't know, man. I think they can erase the history because it happens all the time. When we look back in regular history, they erase stuff all the time. And if they keep these guys out of their history books, then it never happened. It never happened. And it would take like a Fab Five type of story for people to remember. The same way NCAA took all their banners down and everything. If they didn't come back out and say, yo, this is us and this is what we did and this is our era, if they didn't say anything, in another 10 years, when we're not talking about it, nobody would have ever remembered them.
Yeah.
And the same thing could happen in baseball. If they keep them out, once a certain group of people no longer has a voice, and the next group of people are talking about I don't know, Albert Pujols and like they're their guys, and they're no longer thinking about them no more, that era will disappear if they wanted to.
That's going to take a long time.
Only reason why I don't think it can disappear because Barry Bonds, where he sits in the home run record,
it doesn't matter.
I think his name will always have to be there.
Son, I've seen them talk about home runs and not mention them.
No, I'm not saying
that's all it takes, though. No, but that's all it takes. for them not to be mentioned anymore.
I guess.
It's only a certain group of people that's going to keep fighting for them to get in. And if a certain amount of time pass and they don't get in.
And shouts to Barry Bonds' trainer, you heard?
And shout out to y'all believing that Pete Rose never bet on his team. What? Why? Because he said so? What?
Pete Rose.
Like,
all I said was Barry Bonds and use steroids, dog.
But look, why Puda wrong for saying that? But y'all going with but he never bet on his own team. What?
Not y'all.
Fuck out of here.
PH.
He bet on whatever he could bet on. Whatever the bookie allowed him to bet on.
I definitely think that.
What are you talking about? He was like, but wait, Chips is not playing tonight.
He said,
the Lakers are ninth, dog.
We got Craig starting that pitching. Nah, I'm not. I'm going to go with the other team tonight.
He said Craig.
But yeah, and you're right. Derek Jeter should be the Knights.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, we're all homers, man. Mo, good shit. Good job. We appreciate the career that you had with us as Yankee fans, man.
Yeah.
The Sandman.
Will never be replaced.
The Sandman.
Definitely.
Damn, we violated. None of us had a Yankees hat on today.
Listen, man, we ain't talk about basketball, so I had to,
You had to keep hope alive.
But
you got.
But on to the next one, man. It's been talked about. It's been brung up. We've all been privileged to watching it. I recently watched it today, but Fire documentary.
Fire Festival, boy.
That documentary is on Netflix and Hulu right now. So if you haven't watched it yet, please go see it.
Two different documentaries.
Definitely interesting as hell. And excuse me. Definitely interesting as hell and a very good watch. Some questionable moments I was uncomfortable with.
Oh, yes, it was. I'm about to play the spades early.
Get that soundbite ready, Pop, please, man.
No, I don't have it. Y'all should have told me that before.
Nope. Don't get that. Don't get nothing ready because we want to stay. Look, Chip's trying to get us removed from the air already. We only on episode 19, and he trying to. Yo, I can't even talk. I'm uncomfortable. But
let me go first.
I was getting ready to come right to you, Bob.
I've seen it when it first came out, so it's more fresh in y'all memory than mine. But it was great.
First,
Chips, chill.
No, wait. I want you to explain what it's about in case the viewers don't know.
Okay, so. What was it? 2016, 2015, 2016? It was a company that came out with an app that allowed people like us, regular people like us, to book famous celebrities. So if I had the money, I could go on this app and say, Meek Mill, I want you to come perform for my son's birthday. And I would put the money and he would say yes or no, but I had the access to doing it. So the way that they was planning to make this app well known was we're gonna make this festival and the name gonna get popping and then the app gonna get popping off of that.
So how he got played to begin with.
So they come up with this festival in the Bahamas. It's supposed to be Escobar. Was it Escobar?
Escobar, yeah. They purchased the island. It
was supposed to be
purchased
Escobar's private island
that he used to own.
Oh, it was his island, all right.
Yo, first of all, the idea was fire. No pun. No pun. The idea was fire.
No pun intended, B.
But it's like, it's like us doing a podcast and saying, Next episode, we're going to have Stephen A. on. We're going to have Skip Bayless on. LeBron is going to call in. And, yo, all y'all got to do is just buy a ticket to come watch. That's all y'all got to do. And we're going to give y'all some food. We're going to give y'all VIP seats. All the dudes say you could drink. And these people went and spent their life savings, their parents' life savings, they maxed out credit cards. We ain't talking about 4 figures. We talking about 5, 6 figures.
There was some 250,000 packages, man.
Yo. But they sold it out, though. It was like 10,000 people.
I know.
A complete flop. So I'm going to let y'all talk about it because some of I don't remember everything, but I watched the Hulu one recently. And there was one part in the Hulu one that I don't think was in the Netflix one where one of the girls was like, she actually got one of the houses. She was one of the few people that actually got a house. And they showed her video. Yo, she was having mad fun. They was in the house like, oh, the kitchen is lit. They was in there. And then they cut to the people on the beach. Yo, even when they interviewed her, she was laughing. Like, she was like, we actually had a good time. I'm like, oh, shit. But go ahead, Pooter.
Listen, man, I know spades ain't lead, but I'm going to just play my spades off rip. Yo, man, that old white dude.
Son.
Yo. No. Nah, I got to go right to it. Son.
Yo.
First of all, shouts to him for believing in his homeboy, whoever he was.
Yo, talk about faith in your man.
Yo, not only did he hold him down for years, he put the lip gloss on and was ready to
mouthwash,
get it
shower.
Now, at first, when he said, "Oh, I was asked to do such and such,"
nah, what's such and such, man?
Nah, fam, you're right. Okay, keep going.
I thought he was.
Nah, he ain't right, fam. This is not censored. What that man said?
No.
So and so
asked his consultant or his mentor to suck the dick of the Bahamian, the dude in charge of the Bahamian customs.
For some water, fam.
So people wouldn't die. So people wouldn't die from being parched.
Free will.
In the name of humanity, give this man
it was freedom bottled water, fam.
So we not regular Avion water.
It was Avion water.
So we can get this Avion water in here. All right? Not suck dick so these people can get housing. All right? Because they were staying in the tents that was in the District 9 movie, dog. It was bad. It was bad. I couldn't believe this was actually reality. Like, I heard of this.
When it first hit Netflix, Shayna was like, yo, did you finish it? I was like, nah, I ain't finished it yet. She's like, yo, when you get to the part about the water, text me.
Yo, shouts to that black dude with the braids because he was a rider. He was believing in everything the whole time, man.
Oh, the dude from the Bahamian dude?
Yeah. I don't know. Once shit started getting thick, Ja Rule disappeared for the documentary. Like he wasn't in it anymore. To the very end. When
the first island was a rap, he was gone.
Yeah, he was gone. I don't know. I still don't understand what he had to do with it.
He put money into it.
He put money.
I guess.
The
it was partnered.
The whole thing was like how Pop said it was the app to get celebrities or whatever so you could book. The whole thing was the dude that started it was trying to get Ja Rule to go to a party. So
right, I remember. He booked them a few times to a bunch of people.
Nah, he didn't book them.
Yeah, he tried to. Yeah, he tried to.
He spent $500 to one dude.
The wild part is the dude, the main dude, he got caught, got charged, got put on probation, and still was trying to scam people.
Son was
a whole nother way. But you know the wild part is I wasn't surprised because most of these billionaires, that's how they come up, man. Mm-hmm. He just happened to get caught in the crossfire. That's just what
Or
it
in
is.
the crossfire, he was shooting.
He was shooting. Yo, he tried to send his men out. I couldn't believe this.
He was an idiot, B.
And the dude still said, "I hope he doesn't go to jail."
The one thing that had me about the one thing that had me about
what
that
you got?
was,
What you got, PH? What you got?
The one thing that had me about that was the whole beginning, the whole Fire Festival joint where they had all of this models there, they partying.
Nah, I look fire though. I ain't gonna lie. Like Pop said,
Hopping. It was looking good.
Nah, I look popping.
There was only 60 people. That's why.
Yeah, they said the Fire Fest was pretty much the 60 people.
They said it happened twice. It was just for 60 people. But if it was true how it all went down and how they lost the island when they did the promotional video and they told them don't use Pablo's name in it and everything would have been fine, I don't know. I don't believe that. For some reason, that just sounds real hinky to me.
They still wouldn't have pulled it off anyway, even if that was true. But they pulled it off.
Honestly, I think they would have.
No, they didn't have the resources for it.
The way he was
selling
lying,
shit they didn't have access to.
Exactly. He definitely
but the way he was lying, son, I think somehow he would have. It could have. It would have been cool. It might have been alright.
People would have got there and been upset. They didn't have no housing, dog. There was no housing for them.
PH had his 75,000 ready.
You had your wristband, PH? What was that credit card? You had that credit card?
I don't even remember what it was called.
Magnesium.
Yeah, magnesium.
Magnesium. Yeah. It wasn't
milk of magnesium.
Yeah, magnesium.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why when you was like he purchased the island, they say he had to put $1 million down just for everything. Man, listen, if that's all it took for that, man, people would be trying to do that 10 times over, son. Yo, I don't know what it was about the whole concept, but for them to have to pull that off, son, Jesus Christ. He was lying to all the investors, talking about all the stuff that he had, all the money that he was bringing in, all the people that was involved in it.
The pilot was trying to tell him the deal, but he was listening to the pilot.
Company made $69,000 or something like that.
Who?
But
it was like something in the thousands, and he was saying they had like
millions.
He said he had millions of stock in Facebook. He only had $1,500, son.
15. Son, when the people got to the island and it was at that first little bar, restaurant, and everybody else.
That lady, man, I feel bad for her, B.
Son, when the bus driver was taking them to the campsite.
No, I'm not gonna lie. If I was on that bus, I would have thought that was part of it, and I would have thought he was fronting.
Son, he was telling them, son, and then the dude was like, "Yo, what is he talking about? Something ain't right." Something ain't right. And everybody started seeing the tents. Oh, son. Everybody was like, "Nah, turn the bus around."
Yo, am I bugging, or did one of them say when they like made the mad dash to the tents, they was peeing on other people?
Yes.
They were peeing on mattresses.
Other mattresses, son. If I put a mattress, you're not getting a mattress, dog.
Yo, you pee on my mattress, everybody not sleeping.
The shit said a luxurious tent. You saw the drawing compared to the real deal. I have air mattresses upstairs 20 times better than that.
Yo,
Rich life.
They were
what you got, Chips?
Yo, let me tell you something. The amount of, in the words of my late great grandfather, Fred Lee Weathers, and a staple in the MizFitz culture, the amount of you big dummies that goes out in this documentary. It's epic, yo. Epic. Everybody that was in that fucking fire room that didn't catch on or didn't have the voice to be like, yo, I'm out at some point, you big dummy.
They were contracted though. They couldn't just bounce.
No, it was people who got out.
Yeah.
Those people who got out.
Yeah, there was people that got out, and they was passing shit to other people so they could.
Who got out in that documentary?
The pilot got out.
No, the pilot got fired. He didn't get out.
Yeah, they cut people. No.
But they was all of the people that was saying this shit ain't gonna work. They all got fired.
But that's not getting out. That's getting put out.
Yo, that's getting out to me.
Nah, fam, nah.
Pilot was like, yo, I spent the night on the
You escaped with no criminal charges.
Word, that's getting out to me.
Yo, you got lucky. You got lucky.
Word.
No?
No, yeah, you did. You got lucky. You got lucky.
They were telling people they're gonna fly them in private jets.
Son, fam.
Son,
Somebody directed them to say to a lot of these people they lied and then got fired, right? If they would have stayed on, they could have been a part of that conspiracy lawsuit and all that, right? And it was one of the dudes in the documentary, whatever, is still getting sued because of the money he put into that shit.
Well, the money that was taken from him,
right?
That was charging his card.
So, like I said, the amount of you big dummies that's going around. All them people, you big dummy. Ja Rule, you a big fucking dummy. Let me tell you why Ja Rule get a big dummy.
Nah, the vision was there though, son.
I'm not talking about the vision, but it's all about the planning and whatever. Ja Rule is toasting my brother. What's his dude name?
Billy.
First of all, that's a suspect name to begin with. You don't trust no white dude named Billy, man. You know what I'm saying? Suspect. So you out here like my brother Billy. You got an app where you supposed to be booking people to perform. You an artist, my dude. You was big before 50 killed you. And before Murder Inc. died. You don't reach out to these artists and be like, yo, what's good, blah, blah, blah. You don't have your people do that to make sure your stock in it is represented. You know what I'm saying? So they had Blink 182.
He saw Kylie there. He like, nah, this is.
Wasn't they actually in it, and then they
backed out?
Yes, that was one of the few. But even though that they were in it, people in the documentary was like, I'm not checking for Blink 182.
Kylie Jenner said Good Family was on the way.
Word.
Yeah, son.
Shout
like
that lawyer for
you don't reach out to those.
Them.
You don't, son. It was a point in the documentary where the dude that was reporting against them, that was creating those pages, be like,
I think he was a lawyer.
That was like, this is a fraud.
Yeah.
Was calling other agents, was like, yo, your talent gonna be here, and they like, yo, it's news to me. I don't know what the fuck they talking about. And Ja Rule, you in the industry, my man, and you don't reach out to people and be like, yo, or even if you're not reaching out to people to check on if Billy work is proper, you don't even try to bring your own work there to get solidified talent to represent you. Like you are a big dummy, fam. You are, and then Ja Rule is on the fucking tape, on the recording after the shit went down, talking about, it ain't fraud.
What he said? It's false advertisement.
Yeah, it's false advertisement. Yo, you are, just like AB, you are a clown, my nigga. You're a clown. And anybody on a radio station talking about, yo, Ja Rule just ain't know what he was doing. No, he's a fucking dummy. Yo. You die with Murder Inc., and then you still get caught up in the next bullshit. And now we talking about you in another app. I hope you're doing that app better. I hope you learned your fucking lesson, you big dummy. You don't get no pass from me. Cause that was stupid, yo. Stupid. And y'all touched on the dick sucking incident, which is crazy to me.
Yo, why he start stuttering?
Nah, cause he ain't want to say it. That shit is top one, the wildest shit I've ever heard in my life.
It was like, yo, I need you to take
top one.
Top one.
Top one.
You gotta take this loss for us, man. He was like, yo, I've been taking L's for the longest. What you talking about?
Yo, he said he had to change clothes.
Gay leader.
He said he had to change clothes and get in a
took a shower.
Took a shower, mouthwash. He got ready.
Went down there, get ready to get it in.
Son, he went
down there. The dude said, nah, you just gotta give me money, dog.
I don't believe it. I think he did it.
I'm with you, Pop. Yo, I'm with you. I didn't even go that far. I'm with you, Pop. But did they get the water?
Yeah, the water. Someone's like, yo.
Yeah, he did it.
Just when y'all get paid, make sure I get paid first.
Because for you to bring that up and present that means it has to be true. Yeah. For you to ask another man to do some shit like that, for you to have the fucking balls to ask another man to do it, that means the customs guy was with it. So it had to happen.
The next people to get the big dummies is all the motherfucking idiots that brought that shit on Instagram or whatever.
No, I'm happy for them. I'm glad.
No, but I'm glad too.
You talking about the second wave of scams?
No, the people who bought the tickets.
The first people,
the ones that got scammed and they got scammed again when they got emails.
So they definitely big dummies, but they big dummies.
With the wristbands?
No. You talking about the seats to the Met that don't have tickets?
Yeah. The VIPs shit.
Yeah. But they all big dummies. Social media, I blame social media. Y'all fucking idiots. Y'all fucking follow everything. First of all, how you gonna book a trip, right? You don't get no confirmation.
Nothing.
On what your arrangements is when your flight is, where you're landing, what airport you're flying out of, what airport you're flying into. Like, that's crazy to me that y'all are gonna just spend all this money and just say because some fucking top models from around the world fucking put a fucking orange towel on fucking Twitter.
Yo, you're been going off.
And y'all like, this shit gonna be lit? Are y'all serious? I'm about to lay 100,000 fake fucking dollar bills on the table and get the illest poker game alive. No. Like, y'all can't, you're big dummies, yo. The next big dummy is that Bahamian dude down there talking about he had to leave his fucking crib.
He had the time of his life, son.
No, I don't give a fuck. He had to leave. Son, he had to leave his
party or no party. That was the greatest time of his life, son.
Listen, fam, he had to vacate his crib, go to another island, and then go and answer a call in the outtakes like, yo, this is Billy right here. What's up? You want me to say something good for you, fam?
The Billy,
like, nah, fam, shut up. Click.
Yo, you still got faith in that man?
Yeah, because they got the money under the mattress, son.
I would have cursed that nigga out.
Oh yes, that's ding, 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 ding.
What's that, 5?
That's 5, son. Yo, you set a record, dog.
Yo, it's a lot of emotional things going on today. Social media, I blame y'all. You're big dummies, yo. And the last thing I want to say, that, like y'all said, the concept was fire. No pun intended. I think it all could have worked out. The tents and shit, if they would have just sold it for what it was, yo. Think about it. You in fucking tents with 2 beds in a tent or whatever on a fucking beach in Bahamas with mad bitches around, liquor, partying. That shit could have been epic, yo. Like, motherfuckers camp like that for, what's that, Coachella and shit? They do that shit already. So the idea,
that's what they were trying to have their own
had strangers in it. You wouldn't have known who the hell was in there with you.
Yeah, that shit would have been lit.
No people don't care.
I was about to say, they don't give a fuck.
That shit would have been so
These
lit,
motherfuckers
son.
had file cabinets to store their personal...
Son, the people that attend those festivals don't care, son. They just there to party, get drunk, and enjoy themselves, son. That shit could have been lit, man. Lit. But yeah, all y'all that's involved in that documentary, I don't feel bad for you, except the cook lady.
Yeah.
But everybody
and the workers.
No, them two. I'm not fucking laboring in the hot sun with no pay, fam. You gonna have to cut me a check either off the book or at the end of the week. I'm not coming back.
People are very poor, man.
I don't give a damn. I'm poor right now, goddamn it. If I wasn't getting a check, I ain't going to work.
Yo, I ain't like that last comment, but go ahead.
Hashtag free my furlough brothers, man. Man. God. All of them get a hashtag you big dumb.
Chips, you're done. Who go is it, goddammit? Shit.
All I would like to say is,
yeah.
Then he gonna walk.
Then you got the nerve to
away down. Come on, son.
I'm here, man.
He going back so he can get some more fines.
Yo.
He said, "Get some more what?
Fines."
Yo. Only thing I got to say about it, after watching it, I was definitely, I don't know, in my opinion, I felt like they was all a bunch of snitches and fucking liars. I feel like they was all with it. They all was just like, fuck, FBI came to me first. Fuck it, who you want me to tell them?
Yo, Chris, you know what it was? They all getting paid off these documentaries, man.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like they were the first ones to snitch and turn, so it was like, everything's Billy. Everything's Billy. Like, I don't know, because I feel like they was all with it. Like, don't tell me, oh, well, we didn't know what was going on, or we weren't.
Believe that.
I don't believe that. Like, I don't believe that. You knew you was in these board meetings. You was in these meetings. They was like, oh, well,
Billy, how you don't know what your boss doing, fam?
And then come back with $3 million, or come back with another $1 million, and you ain't get none of that in your pocket for your work. Nah, I don't believe that. You was hyped for the bread.
They was getting paid. Some of the dudes were saying they was getting paid. Bags
in the beginning, they was getting paid because they was
with bags of money though, not even like direct deposit.
Yeah, at first, in the beginning it was, how much was your check? Was your check right? And then it was like, nah. Then they was getting bags of money. That's wild though, son.
Money.
Like I said, that's why I feel like they was all with it. Once the shit hit the fan, they was like, I ain't had nothing to do with it. He kept us in the dark. It was all Billy. I feel like they was all with that shit. That's just like with Ja Rule. He was with the shit too. He was like, what? It's 2016? My last concert only had 10 people there? And I could get how much? Yep, I'll do it. Shanti don't fuck with me no more. She ain't coming on tour. Nigga ain't. Damn!
Whoa!
Ah.
It's emotional, B. I understand the pain, man. Body!
He ain't had nothing going for him. He ain't had nothing to lose, honestly.
It's emotional, man. Sometimes you gotta let it be.
Nah, it's you. It's you. It's your fault.
Find a friend.
Word, trying to bring me with motherfucker. But it ain't. Yeah, I don't believe that they, you know what I mean? They were all victims. Like, even the lady with the restaurant that had the restaurant that they was bringing them to instead of the event. Fuck that. She was charging them for shit too. So I think she got bread.
She did her job though. She did her job though.
She was exactly. Our workers was working 24-hour days. Chill.
They all got bread too. You see Billy still talking to him. Him and Billy still cool. If he was that mad,
that's not her.
Him and Billy wouldn't be cool. So he got bread too. I don't feel bad for none of them. And like Chip said, the people that paid their bread for that, there's no way I'm paying for an event and then my supposedly VIP pass is more than what I paid for the entire event. No way. That's not happening. No.
Some people are stupid, man.
Exactly. That's why I agree with Chips. Your Big Dummy Award.
You big dummy. Give it to him. That.
And that old white dude, you will never be forgotten, man.
Word.
Yo, let me ask y'all a question.
That part of the conversation would have never made it to camera. They would have been like, he didn't care. Do you remember the time where they asked you to suck the dude dick for the water? I'd be like,
he don't understand. He could incriminate himself. He solicited himself for payment. Big dummy.
All right. So we do have a viewer's choice question this week once again, and this stems from a fellow member,
Vidal Sassoon.
What's his name, Joe?
I ain't gonna shout it.
Prodigy.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, Prodigy.
Shout out to him for making a
Prodigy 0629.
Word, definitely shout out for commenting on the show and watching. We appreciate
showing us support. I had his shirt on last week. For those that don't know, that was him on my shirt.
But we definitely do appreciate the comments. And the viewer's choice question this week is, obviously we've all heard of in the past, obviously more front and center as of late, white privilege. What this man wants to know is there such thing as light skin privilege? Now, I'm not going to start with the obvious choice here, so I'm going to go ahead and go to Pop. What do you think?
I think this goes back all the way back to slavery. First of all, yes, there is light skin privilege, yes. When they had the slaves, they would separate the light skin from the dark skin, put the light skin inside the house, the dark skin in the field. They even gave them power over the dark-skinned slaves, make them feel like they could trust them, they could trust their masters. So there was a mental thing that was built way before any of us was born, and it's just stuff that trickles down. They tell dark skinned females, "Oh, you're pretty for a dark skinned girl," things like that. You watch movies, you watch TV shows. There's more light skinned people on TV being represented than dark skinned people. Music videos, all the way down to the president. A lot of people feel like if Obama was a dark-skinned person named Obama, he probably wouldn't have got in. Is that true? I don't know. I don't know if that made non-black people more comfortable with voting for him. I believe it. I don't know if it's a fact, but throughout the history of the United States, it's not hard to believe that played a major part in it. In recent times, with the whole social media stuff and team light skin, team dark skin, and somebody that's brown skin might say something, and a dark skinned person to be like, "Oh, you're not even dark skin." Like, it's just a battle for everything. So, yeah, there is a light skin privilege, and we play a bigger part in that than anything else, honestly. And especially when it comes to women, because I can only speak as a man. If the same exact person, like if you had the tools or Photoshop or whatever, and it was the same female, and you made one light skin and one brown skin, dark skin, I'm willing to bet that they would be like the dark skin one is more or less attractive than a light skin one. Even when we was kids growing up, we'd be like, "Oh yeah, the light skinned girl, she would be ugly, but she was light skinned." She was ugly, but it didn't matter because she was light skinned. So yeah, most definitely there is a light skin privilege. I don't know why he asked that question. I felt it was I should have asked him that, because there was actually just an episode. I don't know if y'all watched the show Blackish, but there was literally just an episode about that. And like their family is diverse in color. The mother's light skinned, the oldest son is light skinned, the father's like brown skinned, the youngest son is brown skinned, but the youngest daughter is dark skinned. So it was like a class picture, and her lighting was messed up. You couldn't see her in the picture because she's dark skinned and they didn't provide the proper light. And they was talking about, it's a deep episode. Y'all should watch it. But yeah, my answer is yes, there is a light skin privilege.
PH?
You man, Pop done went all around the world with everything. Took everybody's damn points.
How supposed to know what your point is?
Real? You went back from slavery to now. So, I mean, what did you leave open for everybody else to say?
All right.
But yeah, I definitely believe it's a light skin privilege, man. Just pretty much all the stuff that you were saying. It's just, it shouldn't be the way that it is, and it's just like a trickle down thing. Just like our mentality from living in the hood, or using the N-word. It's just, I think all of that just trickles down, and it's just a bad thing that we all just hold on to, and a bad mentality. What you got, Chips?
Nope.
Now, get him out first. Let him go down, son.
Nope.
Let him go. Let him go down, son.
Nope. So,
I tried to.
Thank you for saying I could go Chris, not Chip. Appreciate you.
And I'm definitely going before Chips.
I disagree. I don't think that there's such thing as light skin privilege. I feel like all the points that were made were the way it was in the past. I feel like we have come a long way as a culture, and the same way thick is the new skinny. I feel like brown skin is the new light skin. It's not as many. It's not as lopsided as it used to be. Hey! My personal preference has nothing to do with this conversation. So,
I'm glad you knew.
I knew exactly where you was going.
I'm glad you knew what my face was, but yeah.
But I feel like things have changed for the better. I feel like it's a lot more of an even now, where things are a little bit more even keel now. So that's how I feel. And all right, Chips, go ahead.
Now let Chips go, because if he go last, he's gonna take like 20 minutes.
Nah, I'm not gonna take 20 minutes. Yo, fam, let Puda go, brother. Go, brother.
Because Chips gonna take 20 minutes regardless.
Right, so we're gonna pass it to the resident light-skinned brother.
I'm gonna speak mainly from experience because I'm of the lighter skin complexion.
Yellow.
I am a black man.
Blackish.
Yes, it definitely exists, and it's always going to exist as long as it's this black and white, light and dark hatred. In all cultures, all ethnicities, all races, it's always going to be that way, and it's still that way. I've had experiences where I've been working jobs with one of my darker skinned best friends, and the individual whose house it was or establishment it was, they will come to me on the side and be like, you know what, I need you to take care of this, and flat out tell me, oh, I don't trust him because he's black. And I'm like, well, I'm black. I thought you was something else. I thought you was Indian like me. Or I thought you was Spanish like me. And I would have to walk away. And me and my man would have to leave. My girl is Spanish. She's as light as the white wall. She goes to Dominicans to get her hair done, and most Dominicans are of a darker complexion. So she would go get her hair done. This happens quite often. She goes to different spots, and they would just dog her out and talk shit about her. So she be on the text with me, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait for this. Because it always ends with her wilding out in Spanish, and she was raised by Dominicans, so she speaks Dominican Spanish. So she waits to the end, wait for them to do her hair, and then she would wild them up in Spanish. And they be like, "Oh, you Dominican?" And she'd be like, "No, I'm Puerto Rican." And I heard everything you said, and she'll go to the owner, and she usually gets her hair done for free. So that shit definitely exists, and I don't think it's going away anytime soon. There'll be situations where girls that I bag or that I mess with will tell me that, oh, all you do is hang around with dark-skinned guys so you can get all the bitches. This is what they would tell me. It's fucking crazy. It doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, that shit exists, man. It's not going nowhere. And I'm speaking from experience, so I got to disagree with you there, Chris. What you got, Chips? And tell the people what you call yourself.
I'm caramel, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm not light-skinned today, but to keep it 100 and to be like serious for a moment, it definitely exists.
Speak up a little bit.
It definitely exists. So I want to first say that it's all this new society that we're living in. Like somebody brought up team light skin, team dark skin, social media, and all the memes, and it all plays a part. And this is why I only have Facebook. The only reason I have Facebook is because my family and friends are on there, and it's a way to keep in touch. But the whole Instagram and Twitter, like, I don't get into that because I feel like it's skewing society, and it's just people like to show out and show off and whatever. But it all has a part to do with it. So it definitely exists. light skin privilege, and to like Puda did something personal. I got 2 kids. My daughter is darker skin, and my son is light skin. And me and my wife definitely have to have conversations, or have had to have conversations with my daughter. Like, yo, you're just as beautiful as your brother. Because she was feeling like, because of the pressure of society and her friends and peers, that darker skin wasn't as pretty or as beautiful or as cool or as fun. So it definitely happens, and it's silly, and it's even to the point where I'm experiencing it now, to where I put a natural black sister on TV into one of our chats, and she's automatically called a transgender. You know what I mean? But it's she's not a transgender. You know what I mean? She's just a natural black woman with a nice figure. You know what I'm saying? But because of Instagram models or thoughts or whatever you want to call them, people don't want to recognize that beauty. You know what I mean? So it happens, and it's sad. It doesn't make no sense. Whatever happened to the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. You know what I mean? But it happens, and it's a thing that lives on, and we as a culture have to change. This team versus team is nonsense. And yeah, so to answer the question, it definitely happens. It's definitely a privilege in all types of scenarios and all walks of life. You get certain privileges for being lighter skinned.
That's a fact.
And to one thing on the light skin side, everybody likes to say how he's soft because he's light skinned. You can't
word. I fuck one of y'all up. That's real talk.
You ain't blood.
Whoever want to talk, whoever want to talk crazy, I'll fuck somebody up quick. Go ahead,
you
Pop.
ain't blood.
Like,
yo, don't even bring that up, yo.
None of that.
Yo, don't even bring that up.
You ain't blood.
Yo, how you just go mad 11? I'll fuck one of y'all up.
Nah, son. They be
that's probably something he had to deal with. People,
I do gotta deal with that shit. And that shit is a lot of shit is Drake's fault, man. Fucking soft ass marshmallow, man. But go ahead.
Nah, but that's it. You know what I mean? And even one time, it was so racist to Puda. They told him he couldn't come in with yellow Timbs.
Word.
Timbs is soft because it's light skin.
Word.
Black I think it was because he ain't have the leather.
This shit happened the other day. Remember, Pop, in our chat, one of our mans was saying Devin Booker will get washed up because
exactly.
No, wait. Exactly. That wasn't because the video, he was hiding in the video?
No, he wasn't hiding.
He wasn't hiding. He was ready.
He said go in the back, and he was like, all right, I'm going in the back.
Not in that video, in the other video, in the hotel.
We're talking about the one that just happened.
No. Him and the dude from the Timberwolves got into a little scuffle.
No, I know that. But I'm saying they didn't say that because of his actions on the hotel.
No. They were saying it because the dude was dark skinned.
They said
that African motherfucker looked like he would have went.
Look, see? There you go.
Said the other dude looked like he catch fish with a spear. That's exactly what they said. And Devin Booker looked
so who should feel disrespected, Devin Booker or the African dude?
Devin Booker.
Both. They said homeboy looked like he had a hard life because he's dark skinned. That's what I'm saying, man. They said it looked like he had a hard life. And then they were saying, but he will fuck him up because he's light skinned.
Nah, they shouldn't do that, man.
And whoever think light skin is soft, go in the comments. Put your coordinates in, and we can meet up and scrap.
Drop a pin.
With boxing gloves. We do it with boxing gloves.
Drop a pin.
Yeah, with boxing gloves. I'm gonna put glass on my shit like Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yo, was that the same movie that Jean-Claude Van Damme got powder thrown in his eyes and fought blind?
Yo.
No.
Watched him, son, blind.
2 different movies.
All right, my bad. I didn't mean to go off topic like that.
So let's get a consensus. We got 4 with yes there is, 1 with no light skin privilege.
I feel Chris is looking for the hope. He's looking for the hope.
I mean, again, I can only speak from me understanding that. To me, I don't see it as being as bad as it used to be. But if y'all saying it's otherwise, and then obviously
it's pretty bad, son.
food is completely different. Obviously, with the kids, you know what I mean. It's different experiences there that are still happening there. So, I mean, I'm definitely one to understand that if it is something that's still going on, obviously, like everybody else says, it needs to stop. It needs to change. There's no difference. I've seen plenty of light-skinned dudes get washed, and when push comes to shove, I'll stand behind my man Puda $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So,
I've smashed girls because they thought I was Spanish, and then when they found out I was black after, they'd be like,
"Yo, you are really like trying to shoot yourself in the foot."
No, I'm not. I ain't trying to shoot myself in the foot. I'm keeping it 100. I could be honest. It's real talk though.
And like he said, it ain't just amongst black people neither.
Nope.
All cultures.
Yeah.
Black and dark skin. And
but that dark skin Dominican and Puerto Rican shit.
Yeah,
that's been a lifelong battle.
And
I'm Puerto Rican myself, and people always assume that
but they think she black though.
And if you light skin, no. But my entire Puerto Rican side of my family is my exact same complexion. If anything, my mother is darker than me. If anything.
No. If anything, she is. She is.
That's 6. Oh my God! I told you. Let's go for 10, son. Yo, let's keep the podcast going.
But
he here just so he can't get fined.
But all right,
trying to get fined.
The director turned the light on for me.
No, we're not doing this. No. Oh my God, son! Come on, son. Nobody wants to see this.
Yo, I'm on day 11, I think, PH. What day I'm on, PH?
Nobody want to see this. Y'all could DM each other videos of y'all doing.
Yo, PH, what day I'm on, fam? I don't know. I'm on day 11, 225, man. You know what I mean?
For y'all that don't know, Chips was born with no neck, just like
I'm trying to do 30. You know what I mean? Let me do 30
Yo,
quick.
Pop. Once you go through. Once we publish this, let's post the picture of what it is they're doing so that people can see exactly why he's doing this and what he mean by day 11. All right. Because this is us trying to get right. Black men trying to support each other. Full extension, sir. You ain't going up all the way. Pause. As he finishes up his.
You want me to show you how to do push-ups, Chips?
Oh, now you want to?
No. This will not be broadcasted.
Oh, okay.
Yo, fam, I'm on 225, man. I'm tired, bro.
All right, man. So we got another episode. Obviously, Chips owe a lot of money this episode. So hopefully next week we're gonna save some.
What we said it was the donation?
6.
You had like 6 cents and 5
per word.
$5 each.
$5.
You want $30? You done passed me.
Don't worry,
Pop ain't got $5 to donate.
He's just kicking it in with you too. Don't worry.
Yeah, but yo, he passed me.
It don't matter.
Episode.
He more than doubled you.
Yeah,
nah. I think I'm at 20.
Obviously, we're trying to get better holistically, people. Physically, mentally, and socially. So we appreciate the views. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you feel about the light skin battle. Is it still ongoing, or has time passed and
time for the caramel people to stand up?
Unanimous or unanimous?
On that note, as always, we appreciate y'all for tuning in with us this week, and we'll see you again next week, everybody.
All right, man.